All right, Nick, we got one out. Top 9. Tied 4-4. We're probably gonna have to get synced up as always. You're probably like 2 outs. Hopefully you're at 2 outs, but I doubt it. Just seen the old strikeout with the replay. And no. Fairchild, I need you to throw him out, brother.
I think we're pretty close, actually.
I mean, I love Fairchild, but pretty conservative angle at the ball there.
Yeah. Let's get this on Twitter.
Again. It's not a horrific angle, but I don't know. We're begging. I'm begging. All right. Man.
We both have a hard out at 4:45. So, folks, if somehow this does go into extras, we'll go to 4:45, and then there'll be a podcast in the morning.
That's right.
So,
kind of is. It is what it is today. A little businessman special that's not turning out so special.
I thought we were going to be dealing with rain today because it was rain in the forecast. And we were just dealing with a long baseball game.
Yeah,
baseball always finds a way.
Seems that way. The thing that's crazy about that is that I've come to expect, like, since we do these shows, obviously, to give Manfred some credit, I've come to expect these games to be over within like 2 hours and kind of 15 minutes anymore. And can you imagine the days of 3.5 hour, 4 hour games?
Like, yeah.
Isn't it kind of wild thinking back on the fact that like that was a normal thing? Like, it's just, how did you even consume the sport?
Someone else made it out on the bases. Someone else made it out on the bases, Trace.
That's huge. You're ahead of me though. We're gonna get synced up here.
All right, I'm gonna sync it here. Let's go.
What was he doing?
Big out. Oh man.
See, he was stealing.
Other teams suck too.
He's stealing.
Yes.
What a bad move that was.
All right, here we go. I'm paused at 10, so let me know what second you see the pitch clock.
10. Wow.
I'm seeing the 0-2 now. Swinging
All right. Go back live. Go back live, and then we'll redo it again.
It sounds like I just need to pause it for like a second here. All right. Pause.
That's one way to do it. You want me to turn my volume up? We can do that.
All right. Well, we're not going to have the same commercial package. So.
You're right. Right when we come back from break, we'll figure it out.
I paused it for a second, so we got to be pretty close.
You went live and then paused it, yeah?
Yeah, I went live, and then I just paused it and hit play pretty much right away. So we got to be in the range. Oh, man. Please, God. We need this. You know what else we need, Trace?
We need likes.
We need likes.
We need likes, folks. Likes, and more likes, baby. Like it up. All right, I'm gonna go charge my phone because I think it's on 0%.
How we doing, chat? How we doing? Okay, I see Nick Martini. Did you see that? All right, where are we at? Where are we at in the order here? Oh, Luke Maley. I think Stevenson's going to pinch hit. Maley, Benson, Fairchild. Where are the Padres going with? I think their closers pitched quite a bit. It'd be interesting to see if they would pitch him in this spot. Be nice to see the Padres just kind of give this game away, like put one of their lower relievers in here. All right, what do we got? Come on, game day. Game day is slow right now. No, that's what the delay was. Michael, I'm doing good. I would love to see a win. They aren't going to their closers, so that's good. Maley's going to hit. Maley had some pretty good swings today. I'll give him that. I don't know. I mean, maybe you're saving. Would you be saving Stevenson possibly to hit for Fairchild? I don't know. I don't hate this move because again, let's see, because you don't have who do you have left on the bench? Espinal, and we assume Fraley's unavailable in Stevenson. So I don't mind holding Stevenson off for a potential spot where he could drive in the winning run. I don't hate this.
What's going on with my stream?
Oh no.
Ubo.
All right. Like chat's ahead of me. Gotta hide you. Sorry. Love you.
Fubo. There we go. All right, I'm back. 2-1-9-8-7. You might be a little ahead of me.
I'm on 2-2 now.
All right. 2-2. Strike. Throwing it back to him.
All right. 2-2. I posited 8.
13. 8 12. 11. 10.
All right.
9.
I am like 1 second ahead.
7.
We're good.
All right. Here we go. Just in time for this melee bomb. Oh. So close. It was close.
So what do you think there? So the
I didn't see what happened.
Not pinch hitting for Maley. The bench options, we assume Fraley's unavailable. Your bench options are Stevenson and Espinal. I don't hate holding on to Stevenson in case you get a spot where you have the chance to drive in the winning run.
No, because Stevenson gets on base, you're gonna want to pinch run for him, and then you can't do that. You would want to. I don't have a problem with that. You would want to pinch hit Stevenson like if there was a guy on second base or something like that, right? Like, I mean, maybe a guy on first base, like maybe, but lead off an inning, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, say Benson hits a double here. I mean, you're gonna want to pinch hit Stevenson for Fairchild.
Correct. Yeah. Yep.
And you have Steer playing first base. You could do that and move Espinal and.
We're close. We're close. We're getting to him. Man, I rushed down here because I thought I was going to miss something. Turns out that I did, but it wasn't what I was hoping to see.
Come on, Stu.
Yeah.
Good take. Good take.
Stu, righty on righty. Not ideal, but maybe he'll get lucky.
Oh, come on.
You're such a beggar. You beggar.
Come on.
You're such a beggar.
That was a great take. He's about to have a 2-0 count. Come on.
It's like a millimeter away from being.
Should be 3-0 now. Should be 3-0.
It's a millimeter from being on the zone. No, it's not like that wasn't egregious. Oh. Oh, I hope he hits one out of the if he hits one out right here, then you can't take credit for the fact that he wouldn't have swung 3-0. Maybe he would have swung 3-0.
That would have been ball 4. He would not have swung at that. Would have been ball 4.
He wouldn't have thrown that 3-0, but
no, he would have been on base. Stu's gonna be able to score the winning run. I mean, he could pretty much with that elite speed could have scored on a ground ball. Unreal.
Yo, I just thought my TV was shaking. I thought my house had an earthquake. Turns out it was just the camera they just went to on Bally's. It was just.
All right. Free baseball.
We're not even going to get to do a show.
Yes. Either that or it's going to be the shortest show ever. I never even switched it to the bottom.
All right. I'm going to go grab my beef jerky. I'm going to be here for the rest of the time. I got everything else out of the way.
All right. My son is dressed for T-ball. I got his gloves sitting out there. We are literally ready to run out the door as soon as we get off this stream. Oh, who are we going to? Who are we going to here? Sam Mole. Luis Arise. I mean, that's a pretty good spot to use a lefty. I feel like Tatis has like reverse splits. I feel like I saw that somewhere. It seems bizarre. Seems like he'd be the kind of guy that, knock on wood, crushes lefties. Let's see. Let's pull this up real time here. Side note, Baseball Reference has been slow. Yeah, he's crushed lefties throughout his career. He's struggling this year, though. That makes me seem like that's fluky and actually makes me very, very nervous.
Oh. All right. Got my beef jerky. That should get me through the next 3 innings. Also, free ad alert. I won't do the free ad yet.
All right.
Gotta make sure I give someone the appropriate shout out.
This is not the guy you want. You want the first batter up in extra innings, like the ultimate contact guy.
Well, did he just bunt? Is that what I missed? Bunt down the first base line?
Bunt single.
That's a winning play right there.
I would not have thought he'd do that either in that spot. I mean,
it's a lefty on lefty though, and I like TJ Friedl does with lefty on lefty. I think sometimes you feel like you don't feel good about it, so you know you can do that. And what's the worst thing happens? You bunt him over to third. It's a smart play. He executed it really well. It's okay. Listen, like here's my thing with this whole Manfred man. You just treat that runner at second base like it's not really a run, and you got to get this guy. You can't let the guy at first score.
It's a good first pitch.
Great first pitch. Great first pitch. One disengagement. I don't like that. Ground ball double play, we take it, right? Have to.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, we do have the great pitch. And we do have the heart of the order for whatever that's worth to although Mike Ford's in the middle of it. So.
Throw over again. Nope. Oh, no! He didn't score from third. All right, guys, listen. We're not looking good, but we're not dead. That's a big time hit.
I feel like you Do you walk this guy? Yeah. He's got a 931 OPS against lefties. The next batter is a lefty.
Yeah. And then I'm assuming you got somebody in the pen.
Yeah, I assume you bring someone in to face Machado.
Yeah. Somebody's got to be up, right? And I know everyone's going to laugh, but is Buck Farmer getting up? Just asking questions.
Buck or who else is left?
It's not Pagan.
It's literally Buck. I mean, you have Brett Kennedy. Spires isn't available. Martinez isn't available. That's it.
You got to go for broke here. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, my God, dude.
Yeah, they wouldn't have. It didn't matter. They didn't have a chance at that.
The principle. It's the
principle. I get what you're saying, but they didn't have a chance.
I would have liked to have at least seen it. Tried. I mean, I would like to have seen it. Saying if you get a free chance to get a lottery ticket, I would like to have gotten a lottery ticket. What's going on with Fubo? Okay? The second time now I've got the spinning wheel. Is this Bally or Fubo? I
So if somehow the Reds were to tie this game,
yeah, they're in bad shape. Buck Farmer's going to throw. Buck Farmer's going to throw again.
It's Buck until he can't go, and then you're literally just saying, "All right, Brett Kennedy, you're taking the ball as long as you can go."
Correct.
And I mean, this is exactly why they called it Brett Kennedy today. Because in case you got in a situation like this, you need your last pitcher, or if Montes would only gone 2 innings, you needed someone that could give you 3 or 4 innings at least.
The other thing I want to say right now is that the Padres executed, man. The Padres executed. That was a really good bunt.
Yeah.
And Tatis had 2 strikes on him, and he laced the ball down the third base line. So it is part of it. Kurt Willikin sent me some sunflower seeds. There's a podcast called Unlocking Moves. But Chinook Seedery.
Nice.
We got smokehouse barbecue and some Parmesan and pepper. Nick, do you like sunflower seeds?
I like some really hardcore flavored ones. Like I need the real soft sunflower seeds.
Dill pickle or something?
No, not dill. I hate dill pickle. Like some barbecue or some ranch or something like that. I can do that.
Not out of this inning yet. Get a double play. Let's give ourselves a chance. Mike Ford will tie it up.
Get Martini to the plate.
Yeah. This is the moments that he does shine, though.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick, there was a ball. See that?
That was a good play. Well, tying runs at the plate.
You're behind me. Or I'm way behind you. Wow. Hold on. They turned a double play right here?
Yeah.
Oh, well, be my guest. Wow. Unbelievable.
I'm going to go out on a limb and guess Machado wasn't completely hustling out of the box there.
No.
Yeah, right, I'll pause it.
Just pause play it
after the first pitch.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, back to the beef jerky situation. I'm gonna have to close the bag and throw it away.
I open up the chat. I hate Nick's fake positivity. All right.
I don't think it's fake. That's the thing.
I mean,
you can hate the positivity. You can hate the positivity. I don't think it's actually fake, though.
Yeah. That was funny, though.
It is funny. You got to laugh at those things, man. Is what it is. Really, just people mad.
Yeah.
They want to get mad at somebody. They'll get mad at you.
I'll be your punching bag. I'll take that for Reds Nation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't used to always be this way. I used to get really mad at Dusty Baker and throw temper tantrums. I don't know. At some point, I just.
When'd you grow up?
Yeah.
I haven't grown up yet.
Having kids, man, I just I can't sit and be mad about a baseball game all night.
Yeah. Okay. I can.
Well, teach their own.
There does reach a point though where your upsetness becomes like just semi-reality almost. Like I can't really even get mad anymore. We got out hit 12-8 today. All right, let's do it, Nick. I'm seeing a guy. He's towing the rubber.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm 0-1 already. So
all right, that's not good news. 10. Come set, the wind, the pitch, strike. Ball back to the mound. 0-1.
You're going to get the
16, 15, 14, 13, 12,
all right.
11. All right. Here we go, guys. Elly De La Cruz. Golly, I just need him to get on base, Nick.
Yeah, this guy, it's been pretty good.
Yeah. I need Elly to square up one of these fastballs. Oh, dude.
That was a great pitch.
Did I hear 6 straight strikeouts?
Yep. I had it on the rundown already. This guy has a 0.42 ERA and is only striking out not even 8.5 batters per 9 innings. That's pretty crazy.
Well, did they save this guy for the bottom of the 10th, by the way? They didn't throw him in the bottom of the 9th?
Yeah, he had been used a lot. So I think it was kind of a situation where they were only going to use him if it was a save situation.
I'll take a walk, Nick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, Sadek beat me to it. I had the numbers. Sadek's so good. Like I'll have something in my head. Like I was looking up how many walks he had all year, and Sadek goes, "That was 5th walk of the year," right as I was about to.
Or you can say it too.
Well, Jake Fraley's running. All right, well. I guess you don't need your wrist to run.
Yeah.
Mike, this would be a good time to...
This would be a good time, Mike. Be a good time, buddy. This is the time where you can kind of rectify a lot of wrongs.
Yeah. You can Nick Martini yourself.
Yep.
At least he didn't ground into a double play. At least he didn't ground into a double play.
All right, that's true.
That's what I was expecting. All right, Spence.
What a tough deal. This is all. I've seen enough of Mike Ford. It's going to take something special, too. You're going to have to hit a ball like directly into the corner or hit that Pampers sign out there to get a guy to score from first. That's what I'm talking about, though. Like, I know this guy's great, but he's throwing. I mean, that's a 97-mile-an-hour middle fastball on a guy that throws, high velo. So it's coming. We've just not been lucky enough to square one of these up. Nope. All right. All right, Nick, businessman special turns out to be not so special for the Cincinnati Reds. They drop another series, lose to the Padres on getaway day for the Padres, 6-4, and they get to welcome in the good old Los Angeles Dodgers next. So, listen, we have a hard out today at 4:45, so this is going to be kind of a tough situation. I don't know. We'll do this right before the show starts, Nick. I don't know if you want to make an executive decision on how we want to run through this. We want to do our best to run through this all now and just kind of take what we got, put it on the podcast. Would we rather just shoot it and then do another one later tonight for the podcast? What do you want to do?
Let's just bang through the rundown as is. I mean,
yep.
And see where we're at. We don't have any Reds MILB other than I'll just give the schedule, so it should be pretty quick.
All right, so let's do the box score recap then.
All right, let's get into it. Reds Padres, the rubber game of the 3-game series. Top of the first, Frankie Montas gave up a pair of singles to Arise and Profar. Then Manny Machado doubled them both home, 2-0 Padres. Bottom of the first, Jacob Hurtubise was hit by a pitch, stole second base, and then with 1 out, Candelario smoked a triple to make it a 2-1 game after Ford struck out on 3 pitches. Steer walked, putting runners on the corners with 2 outs for Nick Martini. Steer took off for second, stopped. Candelario tried to steal home, and then he was Candelario was thrown out, trying to shorten that. Top of the second, Montas gave up a hard hit single to David Peralta, and then Jackson Merrill got a bunt single. Montas then walked Kim and ended up giving up 2 more runs on a fielder's choice. 4-1 Padres. Bottom of the second, Reds loaded the bases with no one out on singles for Martine and Maley, and a walk from India. Benson struck out for the first out, but Hurtubise singled home a run for his first career RBI. Ellie struck out, and then Candelario grounded out to end the inning and wasted a pretty big opportunity. From that point on, though, Frankie Montas settled in. He threw four scoreless innings. Fortunately, Matt Waldron also settled in. Reds were able to get his pitch count up, get him out after the 5th. Bottom of the 6th, though, Spencer Steer led off the inning with his second walk of the game. Then Nick Martini homered to right center field to tie the game at 4. It was the first runs off the Padres bullpen in 14 in the 3rd innings. Cruz struck out the side in the 7th, including Luis Arraez, who'd only struck out twice in 16 games with the Padres. Lucas Sims threw a 1-2-3-8. Alexis Diaz gave up a double to Kim, but picked him off to get out of the 9th and send us into extras because the Reds struck out each of the last 5 at-bats to end regulation. Luis Arraez led off the 10th with a bunt single off Mole. Tatis doubled. Padres end up scoring 2 runs. Reds brought the winning run to the plate in the bottom of the 10th to Steer, but he popped out to end the game. Reds have lost 17 of 21, now 20-30, 8 straight series losses.
That it is, Nick, but we did have a deep drive of the day, and it was a big home run. I mean, it really was. Nick Martini, kudos to him, gets sent back down, has been bounced everywhere under the sun in his career, and today had a deep drive of the day. As always, sponsored by DSC, had an exit velo of 100 miles an hour, 396 feet off the bat, and 32 degrees off the bat angle. And at that point, it gave the Reds, believe it or not, a 57% chance to win. And as all we know, it would end up being 0. DSC, they are a leader in renewable commodities for biofuel production, specializing in used cooking oil collection, aggregation, and sales. Visit www.deepsouthcommodities.com for more information. Yeah, Nick Martini had a big swing today. I'll leave it at that. I just and I know we're going to kind of run through all this relatively quickly today, so I'm going to kind of get the things that I think are very, very important out on the front end. I think the first inning, Nick Martini, and again, I want to say that he hit a big-time hit. I'm not trying to downplay his hit by what I'm about to say. But the first inning was a very good microcosm of what good baseball teams do and what bad baseball teams do, and you kind of forget about the little things that they do throughout the course of a game that might ultimately end up being the difference, right? This game was tied 4-4 going into extra innings. We're going to ultimately end up talking about whether or not Mike Ford should have hit, whether or not they should have pinch hit Tyler Stevenson. We're going to talk about Sam Mole maybe. We're going to talk about all these different things, but in the first inning, Nick Martini missed his cutoff man, missed Jonathan India. It allowed a guy to score from third base that otherwise wouldn't have scored. And then Mike Ford can't get a guy in from third base with less than 2 outs. And that in and of itself is a 2-run swing. You give up a run in the top of the first inning when you didn't need to, and you don't score a run in the bottom of the first inning when it was right in front of you. And that is essentially exactly the difference between good and bad teams. And the Reds have continued to showcase time and time again, while it's not a fluke. This is not a fluke as to why they're losing how many ever series in a row it is now. So, again, shout out to Nick Martini. I know he got a big hit, had a big home run, but it's just those little things that continue to showcase themselves time and time again with this ball club, and they can't make winning plays when it matters the most. Just can't do it.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess we'll just kind of jump around here. That steal attempt too with Nick Martini at the plate. I mean, this is a guy that had a chance to hit a 3-run home run in that spot. Whether you hate Nick Martini or not, he does have the ability to hit a 3-run home run. Reds try to get cute and do that double steal with Candelario at third base. I just really didn't understand that one at all in the second inning. I mean, 2 runs is not going to beat the Padres. It felt like you were desperate. It's not Elly De La Cruz. Like that was like, I like the aggressive base running. I like when Elly De La Cruz tried to score on the contact play. Manny Machado made a great throw home. That's where I tip my cap and say that was great. The Candelario trying to steal or after Steer tried to steal and stop at second base, that to me, I just felt so desperate. And it's not like it was to take the lead. Like, you're still going to need more than 2 runs to beat the Padres. Like, 2 runs is not going to beat them. So, yeah, I mean, to your point about just the little things, I mean, that was one that really, really just stood out to me in this game.
Benson, obviously Benson gets thrown out at second base. I didn't hate that one as much, just largely because you're trying to get in a scoring position with 2 outs. You kind of live with that. You got a little bit of a bad jump. He was thrown out by a mile, so it's hard to defend somebody when they get thrown out by that much. The other thing I was going to say quickly was you had a situation where Elly De La Cruz and Candelario both sat in 3-1 counts. They both swung at breaking balls or off-speed pitches that were inevitably, they were in the dirt or low, and then they ended up swinging at basically ball 4 again in that same at bat. So you can't play it out perfectly well. They both would have walked. You'd have had 2 guys on with 1 out. You just never know what pitch they would have thrown to Candelario. If Elly was on first, Elly probably would have stole second base. But my point stands. It's just these small things that, if it just happened one time or it was only one incident throughout the entire game, we wouldn't really talk about it. But when like you just mentioned, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these things pile up on top of each other, it all adds up to be one big thing. And today, I don't know, and maybe I'm being a little naive because I was drawing my drive home. I did miss like maybe an inning and a half, 2 innings. There was nothing that I seen that was like overly evident of like, oh my gosh, this is like why they lost. Like this is look right here. This is terrible. You can't do this in Major League Baseball. It's not that. And it's not been like that really for a long stretch of time. It's just, again, to go back, it's just all these little things, they add up, and unfortunately the Reds can't find themselves. At this point, I can't even believe it because it feels like you'd get lucky. Like, even if you're bad, you'd get lucky at one of these and you'd find a way to win. I know it wasn't a 1-run game today because they ended up losing by 2, but it felt like another 1-run loss.
Yeah, and it adds up, and then on top of it, your margin for error is already so slim right now that it's even magnifying it even more. I mean, the Padres had Kim picked off on second base in the 9th inning, so it's not like they did do a lot of little things right, as you said, but they made mistakes too. Big league teams are gonna make mistakes, right. But the Reds made more, and right now when things aren't going good, the Reds don't have a stacked lineup like the Padres have. You can't afford too many of these mistakes, and that's why the Reds are getting no breaks to go their way right now, is because they're making enough mistakes that on top of bad luck and everything else just all thrown in and injuries, that's why we're at where we're at right now.
And you can mask mistakes with big plays. I think that ultimately the Padres fans would have probably been talking about the pickoff situation at second base, like you just referenced, if they would have lost. But instead, they get a leadoff bunt, base hit, and then Tatis, he's 0 for 4, but he steps up when it mattered the most, and he rips a double down the line, and ultimately kind of gives them a situation or an opportunity, if you will, to score 2 runs in the inning, and they did. They wind up scoring 2, and that's all that ended up mattering. But it's I don't know. It's I don't know if depressing is the right word. It's just gross because it feels like you'd have least liked to have gotten a chance. Maybe the worst analogy I've done on the show is like, it kind of feels like coming into the season, it's like one of those teams in the NFL where the between last year and this year, like if you're an NFL franchise and you weren't expecting to go to the postseason, and then you catch lightning in a bottle and you find yourself in the postseason, it kind of feels like we made the postseason, and then all of a sudden we got into the first postseason game and we have like 4 fumbles and an interception, and you look up and the score's like 31-0, and at the end of the first quarter, and you're like, Really? Like, it was good. Like, this was all great, but it's like, how did it get this bad this fast? It's not supposed to be this bad. I mean, I knew that it was going to be bad when all those guys went down. But, I mean, Nick, we're staring down the barrel of just of really, really bad baseball. They're 4 and what? What are they now? 4 and 19? I don't even know. Like, they're
this team was 16 and 13, and they're 20 and 30 right now.
They were 14 and 10.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I love the fact that, listen, we got 170 in the chat. Unbelievable fan base. Unbelievable loyalty to this show. Unbelievable. We thank you. We continue to thank you. But, we're just going to bear through this together, really. We're going to bear through this together because, it's tough right now. Let's talk about Frankie Montas. Again, I don't know. Wasn't a great outing. I mean, he kind of survived in advance a little bit. Didn't make it horrendous, but it didn't. That doesn't bode any confidence if you're a fan of this club and you see Frankie Montas today.
Yeah, I was pretty frustrated early. I mean, it wasn't a great performance by any stretch of the imagination. I did kind of go back through, when I do the box score recap, it honestly kind of makes you think a little bit more about what happened. And I mean, he had a bunt single against him. He had one really soft single in that first inning that kind of piled on. Look, he did somehow get through 6 innings. It just you need right now. The Reds need either a guy to come out and shut down a lineup, or they need the offense to score 7 runs.
Right?
Like, if we just have one of those happen once.
We did have it one time. Andrew Abbott throws a gem and they scored 2 runs. To be fair, we did get it once.
But they did win that game. I mean, that feels like the only way you could win right now. You either have to have a pitcher shut it down or have a random, big scoring performance. So, I mean, yeah, look, it would have been nice if Montas could have put the team on his back, but it's also not really fair to expect that out of Frankie Montas at the same time. So, I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's wild. It genuinely is. All right, base running. You have it on the rundown. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot. I would have liked Candelario, earlier in the game to I don't know, be a little more intelligent. He was called safe, but he was pretty clearly out. Do you make much of that play? I know you already talked about the base running. We've already kind of touched on the base running, but anything else to add for the base running?
That was the worst call in the history of baseball behind the plate. I was like, what are you looking at, bro? Yeah, I did not like that play at all. I've been pretty supportive of a lot of the Reds' aggressive base running. That wasn't aggressive base running. That was desperate base running.
Correct.
And yeah, that was just give Martini a chance to hit a 3-run home run. If you think Nick Martini is good enough to be on this roster, or he gives you a chance, which I drank the Kool-Aid on that. Give him a chance to hit a 3-run home run. That's why he's on this roster.
Yep.
You took the bat out of his hands for at best, you're going to tie the Padres on a fluke thing. You're going to need more than 2 runs to beat them anyways.
Well, not only that, but the insult to injury was like, he could have scored. And I'm not trying to crush Candelario. He got a big hit. It's like he got hit in the elbow, and he obviously he could have scored. I don't know if people paid attention to that, but the ball kicked away. He could have scored, but obviously he was injured or whatever. He was worried about his elbow, and to be fair to him, like maybe he was genuinely hurt. But it's like we can't go from not going on that to then going on what he went on. It's like I don't know, man. It's just. I'm not going to bring the word luck into this because, again, I don't think it's luck. I think that you don't play this long a baseball and it be indicative of luck. You create your own luck. But that's just the type of stuff that just pops in my head every so often. And I'm just like, can we be on the beneficiary end of something like that? Like a guy literally hits a triple, slides into third base, gets smoked in the elbow with the ball kicks away, and the guy's too worried about his elbow. And then on basically the very next hitter, he gets thrown out at the plate. Not to mention we couldn't hit a cutoff man in the first inning. Did I bring that up already? All right. All right, we got T-minus basically 1 minute. Anything that you want to add on here? I know that tomorrow, podcast-wise, our little version of this podcast, if you want to call it that, this segment's going to be pretty short, and that's A-okay, but we got more baseball to talk about this weekend. Anything else that jumps out to you from today's game that you definitely want to get to before we run?
Shout out to Fernando Cruz. Looked really good today. Great to see him. Lucas Sims looked good. Alexis Diaz, pretty solid as well. Nick Martini, look, I'm happy to see that. I think he's a guy that at least gives you a chance to hit the ball to the ballpark, give us a spark. Shout out to Alex Benaz-Harris, super chat. Stevenson not pitch hitting for Ford is a fireable offense. I mean, sure, in retrospect, it absolutely looks bad now. Again, I think he's saving him, but I'm not going to sit there and defend it either. Putrid Talent, $5 super chat. I just want to see this team for one game this season fully healthy just to know what we could have been. Very unlucky this year. Yeah, I mean, look, I'd like to see it too, but I'm also kind of the point where I'm not going to sit here and try to use that as an excuse because I don't know. I'm done with it too. Game Time app. Use the code CINCY, CINCY, $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Create an account. I'll have the full line on the podcast. Right. 988 if you need help. Yeah.
Shout out Will Benson.
Yeah, Will Benson, we need to have a conversation about him, but not today. And then Reds MILB tonight. There it is on the screen for you. I'm not going to read it, but there's a lot of good pictures going tonight, so check that out.
All right. We, as you all know, do this show after each and every single game. There's a who, what, when, where, and why. Nick, go ahead and just fire that off.
Starting pitchers for the series real quick are Friday, Ashcraft, Paxton. Saturday, Green, Bueller. That's a Fox game. Sunday, Abbott, Yamamoto. I think I got it.
We get to see Yamamoto. I might go to that game since it's Sunday. But Nick's got to go. We got to go. I'm going to hit the outro to make it a nice, clean show. We love you. We appreciate you. You go take care of yourselves and have a lovely rest of your day. Just remember, if you can, it's just a baseball game. I think. I hope. That's what I try to tell myself. Doesn't always work. All right. See you, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Go Reds.